But I've got no sense. Get it? Because I'm a pet. No, please. So, no doubt you've heard about the Warhammer 3 stuff already, and it is very exciting. I can't wait to see more, especially other factions. But there is something else I want to talk about. The thought that the Chaos Dwarfs will be the DLC to bridge us between games 2 and 3. I personally think that there's a very good chance for it, considering that we already have the Darklands in the Mortal Empires map, and Kislev vs. Chaos and Cathay vs. Ogres fits the idea of the other game pretty well. So here's my completely unasked for theory regarding where they would be in the Vortex map and what they would be doing. To make this simple, I'm just assuming that the two lords will be Astragoth Ironhand and Drazoth the Ashen, the two most well-known sorcerers of Hashut. They have a bitter rivalry, so it'd be a unique selling point that the two main lords of this faction are actively hostile towards each other. They've both heard about the Great Vortex, and they want to take it. Astragoth takes the main Dawizar fleet through Uzkalak, traveling to the Sea of Chaos, and then all the way to the north of Albion. The land up there is currently just one huge empty sheet of ice, so I could easily see it being divided up into a couple of different settlements, and dang, there's your province. Meanwhile, Drazoth leads his own expedition all the way down and around the Horn of the Southlands, either landing on an ice sheet or taking the Fortress of Dawn from the Elves. Regardless of who you play, this makes them a very global threat, capable of reaching anywhere in the world they want. Very different from normal dwarves. The fight for the Vortex was Warhammer 2's big selling point, but neither of the two races added nor the Game 1 lords ever had anything to do with it. So I feel it only makes sense that the very last DLC of the game should bring us back to the Vortex. But it can't be the same boring collect X of Y to start a ritual, do it 4 times. Besides, we've already suffered this so many times and the Chaos guys come and ruin it all. Wouldn't it be nice if we're the one doing the ruining? Regardless of which legendary lord you choose, you have the same goal. Study the 4 main races, learn what you can from their own rituals, and then crush them all and take the Vortex for yourself. To aid you in this mission, the Soot Father has blessed you with an incredible power. The Eyes of Hashut. With the Bull God's icon watching over the bejeweled plaque, this is where you will collect your stolen knowledge of the Vortex and twist it to your own ends. As each race attempts their own ritual, you will gain points from how intensely you disrupt it, which will eventually award you with a corresponding eye. You will gain more and more benefits the more eyes you have, but each one is unique per race. You'll be stealing the vast magical knowledge of the elves to empower your own spellcasters, while studying the slaving operations of the Druki to learn how to work your own slaves to maximum efficiency. Take ambitious weapon designs from the Skaven and improve them, while the secrets of the Lizardmen will be repurposed to improve your demon smiths and your summoned monsters. But before you can wield this dark knowledge, you must first steal it. To earn the 6 tokens necessary to open an Eye of Hashut, there are 3 different interactions you can perform with the ritual sites. If you raise a location and nothing else, then you'll gain a single token. Claiming a settlement and holding it until the end of the ritual will bring you up to 2 points, as you're able to gather more information. For maximum tokens, however, you can build a Sorcerer's Circle building, which takes a few turns and a lot of money to build, but once completed and the ritual ends, you get 3 tokens. Just be careful, not only will the original owners be a little annoyed with you, but the warriors of chaos that spawn will also attack you, since you don't worship the same chaos gods. Once a ritual has been disrupted, if you still own at least one of the settlements, you will be presented with a 4-choice dilemma. The first is to just continue owning them, while the second is to raze them all to the ground and get some money in chaos corruption. The other 2, however, are far more interesting. Option 3 is to sell these territories to Norskins, forming a new faction who have a non-aggression pact and good relationships with you just to cause problems in the area. The 4th is to assign a loyal slave master to the territory, but relinquish direct control, thus creating a new faction of Chaos Dwarfs on the map who immediately vassalize to you. I know vassals are pretty useless, but I want a reason to have more than just 2 Chaos Dwarf factions on the entire map. When you have at least 8 Eyes of Hashut from any of the 4 races cumulatively, you'll have access to the final battle. The amount of eyes you've collected from a race changes that race's status in the final battle. 0 eyes, 0 change. It's just a massive army in the middle of the map fighting anyone who gets close. A single eye weakens them a little bit and might make them a bit more defensive, but they're still a very powerful army. 2 eyes means they're considerably weaker, but now they spawn between you and the fight, and they're trying to be a nasty little roadblock. 3 eyes makes them spawn in a few minutes after the fight starts, but it'll be a small elite hit force coming for you like dragons or doom wheels. Claiming all 4 eyes from a race will completely remove them physically from the battle, but they will always throw one last-ditch effort to end you, like doom rockets from the Skaven or an engine of the gods laser rave from the Lizardmen. No matter the status of these 4 lesser races, your greatest opponent will be none other than the other Chaos Dwarf Lord. They will always have a huge, powerful army that comes in a couple of minutes after the main fight starts, unless you have all 16 eyes, then they'll just be sitting there waiting for you. This makes sure that no matter how many eyes, and thus how powerful you've gotten, the final battle will always be a challenge. As one last added idea, it could be interesting if during the campaign you have a quest or two that allows you to ally with either a Tomb King faction or a Vampirate faction, and whichever you chose will show up in the final battle on your side, but the other one will side with the other dwarves. This way we get all 7 races for Warhammer 2 together in one last huge battle, just to give it a final send-off. And that's my idea. I'm not going to talk about lore, units, or anything. I just wanted to tell you what I thought would be a great way to put them in the game. If I'm right in even the slightest, I'll be very surprised, but I hope to see it no matter what. So, thank you for listening. See you later. Okay, bye!